Hey, how you doing? It's Scotty from Scott's Bass Lessons again. Hope you're well. A few days ago, I released a riff of the week, bass riff of the week. I think it was number 7, and I promised that I was going to. Well, I broke it down in the lesson. Hey, if you haven't checked out the lesson, go check it out so you know exactly what I'm talking about in this lesson. But I'll just play it for you really slowly. Oh, I'll play it to speed anyway. So it's like a kind of sort of like 2, a 3, a 4. Now if you want the tab or the notation, you can get that via the link below this video. Just hit the link, follow the instructions on the page you get taken to, and it will be emailed directly to your inbox. So I just want to talk about this riff. Make sure again, if you haven't seen it, go check it out in the other video, because you'll be able to hear it against the backing track. In fact, we might even drop that track that we did last lesson into this somewhere. So we'll see what Denmark can do. And Denmark. What am I doing on this actual riff? What I'm doing is I'm stacking fifths, and this is something that was, I've done a lot of, but we've had recently someone in the Scott's Bass Lessons Academy doing a lot of police stuff, and I'm really into their tunes, and they obviously did the they did that song, and again that's sort of like stacked fifths. They're actually playing root 5th 9, root 5th 9, root 5th 9, root 5th 9 to the minor 3rd there. But you can just stack these fifths. It's that shape. You can stack these fifths all over. And in the groove that we did in the last bass riff of the week, it was on an E minor. So let's just take a look at all the different variations we can use over an E minor and what that actually gives us in terms of the intervals over the E minor chord, okay? So there's our E minor chord. Now the first one I used in the riff was G, D and A. But what does that give us in terms of intervals over the E minor? Well, it gives us, we start on the E, then we play the G, which is the minor 3rd, then we play the D, which is the flat 7 in the E, yeah, and then we play the A, which is the 11 in the E minor, yeah, and then we move up and play the same shape again from the D. Now what does that give us? It gives us D, which is again the flat 7 of the E minor, D. We play the A, again the 11, and then we play the root. And now I slide up to the 9th of the E, and then I play down, same shape. Okay, so we're getting 9, 5 and root. And then I slide up a minor 3rd to the G, okay, and I play the same, because remember I played that here. Same shape again. Now this is the only bit of the riff that kind of changes around. I go down to the major 7 of the G major 7, which is the 9 of the E minor 7, okay, so I've gone. So I'm going down the G major there, arpeggio, to the G major, to the G, sorry, and then I go. And then I go down the C. So that's the shape of the C here, but I'm going from the D, which is the flat 7 again in the E, to the minor 3rd of the E, to the C, okay, which is the flat 13. And then I go back down to the A and go up the A. So these are all things you can use over an E minor. So E minor, you can use obviously the E. You can use the G. You can even put that there. You can use A. use C? Can you use D? Yeah. And then E minor. So these, and you can build your, your solos with these. So you could be over an E. Kind of overcooking it there, but just to see how you can use that technique of shapes. And there's other shapes you can use. I'd love you to go and try out other shapes and look for things like this that you can use in your grooves and soloing, because it's one thing for me to tell you it and show you it, but it's a completely different story when you discover it on your own and grow with that. It'll be a completely different experience, and it'll just sort of sink into your playing a lot better than me just showing you it, But hopefully you get this into your playing, you run with it and see what things you can come up with, and then, create some wicked solos and grooves. So other than that, make sure you go check out the video that we just released as well, Bass Riff of the Week, which this lesson was based on. You can get all the notation for the last Bass Riff of the Week underneath this lesson. Click the link, go through, download the back into the play along track, and the notation in the tab and all that kind of stuff. And if you haven't been to Scott's bass lessons yet, make sure you do so. There is hours and hours and hours, maybe like 40 hours, 50 hours of free material on there for you to get your teeth stuck into. And other than that, take it easy, and I'll see you in the shed.